Hi, I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles and StudioCycles.com, and we're in our Hawthorne warehouse right now. We're going to do a video here on the comparing the Freemotion S11.6 to the Schwinn IC Pro. This is the IC Pro. This is the S11.6 from Freemotion. The Freemotion bike's been out for about a year now. The Schwinn IC Pro, Schwinn's been making a commercial Pro version for close to 15 years. This is like a Ford F-250 pickup. More hand positions on the Schwinn than the Freemotion. More adjustability on the Schwinn than the Freemotion. You can see in terms of the bikes are lined up. Handlebars are lined up, but if you look at the saddle area of the bikes, the Schwinn has much more adjustability, and I've heard some rumblings that people at 6 feet and taller have challenges fitting on the bike. I know that when Freemotion came out with their bikes and they were at the trade show and I rode their beta bikes, their prototype bikes, I was excited. I really wanted to like these guys because so many people who Foundation Fitness had hired onto the Freemotion team I had known and worked with in the past successfully. So I really wanted to like these guys. I think I came out of the gate a little too strong without doing my due diligence. But I rode the bikes at the show, and there were things about the bike that I liked. So I ordered a bunch of them. I put them in my stores. I have the only 2 brick and mortar indoor cycling specific retail stores in the world. I carry Star Trek, Schwinn, Kaiser, and Le Monde. We're also the only company in the world that does pro level building. We actually take bikes apart and optimize them from the inside out. And the Freemotion bikes were tremendously challenging, even for me with the resources that I have. And I ride and tune every single bike that I sell. And we sell a lot of bikes. We are not a fitness equipment company. We're an indoor cycling company. And I think if you ask anybody who counts globally in the indoor cycling arena, they know who I am and they respect what I do. So for whatever that's worth. But back to the bikes. The Freemotion S11.6 does have an available computer. The Schwinn IC Pro does not have an available computer. The S11.6, you can integrate the Stages computer, which is a strain gauge wattage computer, and Freemotion's claim is that it's a bike that has direct power measurement. But the truth of the matter is, and I think this is a little misleading, is that they don't tell you that they're measuring power only from the left crank arm. So if you're a one-legged guy with missing your right leg, you'd have direct power measurement. But in my estimation, having grown up in the bicycle industry, direct power measurement would be measuring the power that your body's producing from both the left and the right leg. So, and it's a bit pricey also. Stages computer with the wattage function runs about $500. Although I believe at pedalon.com, you know, the genius who bought the pedalon.com website, he has some sort of an arrangement with Freemotion where if you buy a bike you get a free computer. But he's not building the bikes or tuning the bikes or giving you support. He simply you know, made an arrangement to send you a bike with a free computer. And the challenges that I've had with these bikes, I wouldn't recommend one of these bikes for a consumer setting unless you have a lot of time to rebuild the bike before it's used and you have the background and the knowledge to do it. So with all that being said, comparing one to the other, I think the Schwinn has a wider window of resistance, more hand positions, better and wider adjustment capabilities. Also the noise production of the 2 bikes. This is the Schwinn, and it makes a little bit of noise because you're turning a 40+ pound flywheel with a bicycle chain. But when you wind up the S11.6, clearly, this bike, the noise overshadows Now, I'll wind this one up just in fairness, but so there's your audible difference between one to the other. So I'm Jeff Wimmer from Studio Cycles, studiocycles.com, and I'm available for consultation 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. 7 days a week. 310-664-1375, 818-470-2204, 888-909-BIKE. If you're buying one bike for your home, I'm the only company in the world where we do pro-level building, tuning, over packaging, and for our commercial, or for our consumer, our residential or consumer clients, we do free lifetime parts replacement. And if you're in Southern California and you have a major repair to do, you bring it back to us, we'll fix your bike for free for as long as you own it. If you're a commercial facility, we're the only company in the world where when you buy your bikes, we pull them out of the box, we do a pro-level build. I ride and tune every single bike personally without exception. And then we over-package the bikes and send them off to you. We do a over-the-phone consultation to employ our methods to you and your build team. You put your bikes back together very quickly, and you've got pro-built bikes. We ship all over the country. We don't have the absolute lowest prices, but you know, I've built and tuned tens of thousands of bikes, an estimated up close to 100,000 bikes in the last 20 years, and bikes just don't come out of the box perfect. So, and be careful of salesmen and saleswomen, the glitz and the gloss, because the people who come into your studio and sell you your bikes, they're not building your bikes, they're not tuning your bikes, they're not adjusting your bikes. They're doing this, and then you sign on the line and give them a check and they're gone. And then you get some faceless, nameless people show up and build your bikes as fast as they can. And if it's not right, then the fun begins. With us, you're receiving bikes that have been professionally built, tuned, and optimized. So give me a call. I can compare the Kaiser to the Schwinn, the Freemotion to the Le Mans to the Star Trek. I consult with all these companies, so, well, actually, let me specify. I consult with Schwinn, with Star Trek. I started to consult with Freemotion until I sent all their bikes back, because they just weren't selling. And they were really hard to build and try to adjust and optimize. Plus, I'm not a big believer in marketing a computer direct power measurement where you're measuring on one leg of a human being. So for whatever that's worth. But I love what I do, I love my job, and I'm happy to talk to people 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Again, 818-470-2204, 310-664-1375, cell phone 818-470-2204. Thanks for listening.